Saran e-bike. All right, they're expensive. I know that. So I'm gonna go with like $1,500.
$4,400.
Our kids' Christmas limits have been raised to $40,000 this year, so let's do a haul together.
Rich kids' Christmas is always so interesting to me because they'll just show their like stocking stuffers and it's already worth like $1,000.
All right, so with Christmas being over and done with for 2024, I thought it'd be a good idea to show you guys some of the stuff that I've seen recently for the holidays over the past few weeks, because as soon as you start watching it on any of these social media sites, especially TikTok, you start getting into that algorithm, the cycle. I mean, you go down the rabbit hole. I think in a similar vein to what we saw a few weeks ago when we talked a little bit about Black Friday, and that one clip saying the cost of living crisis seems to be non-existent on Black Friday, I think is pretty much the exact same during Christmas time. So I thought we'd go over several different things that I've seen. Of course, vacations, traveling, shopping, the hauls, the Christmas hauls, the stocking hauls, any of the Christmas list. I mean, just absolute insanity. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but we're going to start off with just the shopping and how packed everything was. We've seen video after video of people talking about how difficult it is to survive paycheck to paycheck. I mean, going into copious amounts of debt, and you could see clip after clip of just lines of traffic trying to shop for the holidays. And at least in my experience, it's been like this for the better part of a month. As soon as it hit Black Friday, and I told you about my own experiences going back up to New Jersey, hanging out with my friends, going to the mall, thinking that it would be dead, and it was the busiest I've ever seen in my life. And it honestly seemed pretty similar to a lot of people who uploaded clips on TikTok. And the other portion of it were the people who went on vacations or traveled for the holidays. I did also hear on the news, I didn't know if it was specifically because there were so many people flying back and forth, but I think American Airlines had some sort of issue and they had to ground all of their planes. So there were probably many very angry families delayed for Christmas. So that definitely didn't help. But I mean, you can see the clip here. Apparently the entire world decided to travel to Cancun for the holidays. And I mean, how many people do you see in just this clip alone going to Cancun? Another big destination is of course Disney, and we've already talked about how expensive it is to go any time of the year, but there's a clip here letting my kids miss a week of school to avoid the Disney crowd. So they went even earlier than when they were supposed to. And it honestly looks like a concert, like a festival, the amount of people. And it of course didn't change during Christmas time as well. Same thing. It just looks like there's hordes and hordes of people that are paying basically hundreds of dollars per person to be able to walk around in, honestly looks like Times Square level packed during the holidays. Doesn't really seem too fun to me. But I'm guessing a lot of people are putting these costs on their credit card, because we've seen time and time again through the statistics, people are getting laid off or not getting paid enough, not being able to pay for a mortgage or groceries or anything. But then on the contrary, you see the exact opposite and just absolutely blowing a ton of money for the holidays. So we could transition into what some of these kids are actually asking for Christmas, because it is on a completely other level compared to even when I was a kid and I wanted like the newest Game Boy.
Part 2 of reading our son's Christmas list, ages 9, 12, and 13. Okay, this is an easy one.
Yeah.
This is the Yeezy slides. So like the sandals.
They're the ugliest shoes ever, by the way. And they're sandals. They should be $24.99, but they're not.
These are $78.
$78. Sandals.
Okay.
And they're plastic garbage.
They want headphones, the Apple AirPods.
Why do they need Apple AirPods? They don't need Apple. I don't have Apple AirPods.
That's just what's on their list.
Apple AirPods. I mean, now they're probably like $100.
$249.
These kids, like, they don't. No. They don't get it. They don't get it.
Okay. A Saran, like, e-bike.
No.
This is like an e-bike.
Let me go ahead and just say one thing about e-bikes. They're a waste of money, right? I rode a bicycle. Had pedals, no motor, okay? We had something that's called a moped, right? That was the bike that you want, and you want it.
Well, how
e-bike.
much do you think they are? The
E-bikes
Saran e-bike.
Yeah, a Saran e-bike. All right, they're expensive. I know that. So I'm gonna go with like $1,500.
$4,400.
Does anybody want any kids? I will gladly give them to you. Gladly. $4,400. $4,400. My first car was not that much. My first car with 4 wheels and a gas motor.
Is an easy one.
An
It's
easy one.
the Wilson Evolution
That's
Game Basketball Game Ball size 7. So
It's a basketball. Basketball's like $20. $20.
This one is for the bargain price of $79.95.
It's a basketball. You can buy them at Target. Why $80 for a basketball? They were like $12 when I was a kid.
Inflation.
We could look at the comments before I say anything. I'm definitely on the dad side. This is wild. Who the heck asked for a $4,000 Christmas gift? The audacity of asking for a $4,400 Christmas gift. And then honestly, the last clip I think is spot on. I swear these kids have no respect for the dollar. I'm maybe 10 years older than them, and the difference is insane. Make sure your kids learn the cost of things early. Because honestly, I think the e-bike, and there's like electric scooters, there's a whole bunch of different variations that just now have motors, so you don't have to pedal or push. You could say the same thing with skateboards, but they just amp up the price even more. It's like, how long ago was it? Maybe less than a decade ago, everybody wanted a hoverboard. They went through the roof. I remember seeing them. They were like $300-400 for these things, and within what, a year or two, they just dropped off the face of the earth. So everybody who got them and spent all of that money for Christmas, I remember that was a huge Christmas present. Just complete waste of money, not used at all. And if some kid wants a $4,400 moped, as soon as they get to the age where they could drive, they will never use that thing again. They were basically designed for people living in tight cities like New York City, where it actually could be better than driving because of the congestion, but it's just a new cool thing like the hoverboards were. And could you imagine asking for something that's even in 4 figures, like $1,000 for a Christmas gift, let alone something that was almost $5,000? And I think one of the biggest differences between the younger generation asking for more and more expensive things, because like the AirPods probably would have been a main gift at $250, but that wasn't even the highest ticket on that part of the Christmas list. So when they've had access to social media and some sort of phone or tablet, either using their parents or having their own, you start seeing ridiculous videos like this.
Our kids' Christmas limits have been raised to $40,000 this year, so let's do a haul together. Our kids are 5 and 2 this year, and this is everything we got them. We are so beyond thankful that we were able to raise the limit from $20,000 to $40,000 this year. Each of our kids got a ton of toys and different things, but they each also get $20,000 in cash. I think what we're most excited for our daughter to open are her new pair of Golden Gooses. These shoes are so special because they're literally a mini version of Seth's. Noelle absolutely loves Seth's Golden Gooses.
And I mean, this clip just goes on and on. Of course, 2 children will have no idea what Golden Goose shoes are, and I mean they know what they're doing. Of course, the ridiculous amounts of money that they're spending on these kids that honestly could have an argument that they are lying about it, as well as I've seen in some comment sections, are just another way to farm engagement because they are influencers. But if you start watching these videos, the algorithm will show the amount of watch time in this like a minute 30 haul of a TikTok video, and we'll start showing you more influencers and more who will show the thousands of dollars that they're spending on their children. And imagine a 6-year-old or 8-year-old kid seeing this. Then in their mind, it doesn't seem so bad that they want a $4,400 e-bike when this random 5-year-old apparently got $20,000. Of course, it's just so ridiculous to adults, but in a kid's mind where they've grown up with social media and thinking that's the norm, because honestly, it's their version of TV, it completely skews the reality of how much things cost, how much it takes to earn these items, and could honestly contribute to the debt issue in the future once they start getting credit cards. Because how many influencers just make haul after haul showing hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of items nonstop, not just for the holidays. There are some people who do it for a full-time living. We'll see a little bit later. And it really does start skewing the minds of children. And I don't want to 100% blame them, because I definitely see either it starts messing with the parents' brains thinking they're not good enough, or they see the attention that these influencers and famous people are getting from these ridiculously expensive hauls, or they're shopping for children, and they start wanting to do it as well. So you'll eventually start getting a whole bunch of clips like this when it's Christmas Eve and the mom guilt sets in that you didn't do enough, even though there are a ton of presents for her kids. It kind of just seems like bait to again get more attention online. Anyone want a Christmas haul? I should have done one last year. I got like double the presents. It's just, this kind of stuff is just so tiring to me, but I just get video after video of this on my feed. Do we want a haul? Trying not to brag, smiley face. Here's another one of like what, like 100 different presents for 2 kids, but apparently it was 3, which makes it okay. I could have probably made an entire video just showing you like this, what I got my 11-year-old for Christmas. It ends up being so off the walls, and I thought of a few different reasons why these are happening and what you're seeing online. Of course, these type of clips do really well on TikTok, but you're going to start comparing yourself to people who are legitimately wealthy, or either an influencer who are, again, probably also pretty wealthy and sell you a lot of the products that they show through links in their description. Or another one is some of the same stories that we've seen on unboxing channels on YouTube. Maybe TikTok has it as well, where they'll get a new popular item or a new toy and unbox it for the camera. They'll get a whole bunch of views, and then they end up going back to Target or Amazon, wherever they bought it, and returning the item for free money. Some influencers have been accused of doing this, and if you have seen the news, I know Amazon, Nike, I think REI, there are probably other stores that are doing it where they're starting to charge for the free returns like Amazon normally does, because some will take advantage of the free return policies and end up ruining it for everybody else just for a little attention online. So watching this kind of stuff over and over again, clip after clip for hours on end, will just inevitably make you want to compare to lifestyles that aren't real.
Rich kids' Christmas is always so interesting to me because they'll just show their like stocking stuffers and it's already worth like $1,000. Like I remember last year I saw this one video of this kid who got so much designer shit. Like I've been talking like thousands and thousands of dollars worth, and like he was so casual when he was explaining it. He was like, yeah, my parents think I'm me a Gucci belt, you know, it looks nice. And I'm like, what the f do you mean? It just looks nice. And then he was showing like a bunch of like other that he got. It was just like adding up to like so much money, right? And then on top of that, probably on top of like $5,000-$6,000, his parents got him a new fucking car. And when he said the new car, he was like, yeah, you know, they got me the new 2024 or whatever car it was. And he was like, yeah, you know, like I've liked this for a while. Like I had some other options I was looking at, but you know, they chose this one.
I would say that kids are getting exposed even more to these rich and expensive hauls, especially during Christmas and holiday season on TikTok more than ever. I know a while ago on YouTube, people were always flaunting their mansions and crazy car collections, and that still definitely happens now, but it's at such a faster pace on TikTok that you don't have to watch a 15 or 20-minute YouTube video of somebody's giant mansion. You could watch 5 seconds of it and then swipe again and watch 5 seconds of somebody else's giant mansion. And I have some examples right here. If you start watching these stocking hauls, which is apparently another thing now, I know stockings, at least around my generation and older, were maybe you got some candy and like a Hot Wheels, you know, there were small little things, socks, something like that. And of course, that's been blown out of proportion to spend hundreds of dollars on that for like makeup and beauty products. And that doesn't even count towards the actual gifts, but we could just run through some of these videos and the accounts and the reasoning behind all of their ridiculous videos. Stocking haul right here. This is what I just said. Instead of it being a stocking, it was just a basket full of like perfumes and a lot of beauty products. This influencer has 43,000 subs and of course a link tree to a whole bunch of products that she wants you to buy. Here's another haul with a stocking the size of a woman in the same story, 130,000 followers with the tag shopping is life. That's definitely not a good sign. I shop way too much, and of course you click the link and it goes to another Amazon affiliate account with a whole bunch of items that she shows on her TikTok. Another stocking haul here with somebody, almost 2 million followers, another huge creator with again another ton of product links. Here's a stocking stuffer haul again. I mean, how many times do I really have to show you guys? 422,000 followers and then their Amazon page. And just a few of these videos that I saw, these do numbers. Almost 1 million on the first one, 70,000, 20,000, 1.4 million, 144,000. The stocking haul from last year with the woman who had the stocking the size of her had 13 million views. The next one, 19 million views, 500,000 views, another 500,000 views for the stocking haul this year. What happens if you use this as entertainment instead of watching a random, you know, sitcom or something like that? Just having products pushed in your face nonstop, wanting to buy even more, or the brand new model, or watching kids open up thousands of dollars worth of presents. It's just honestly way too much for me and a really easy way to start hurting your wallet. So I know I sound like an old person when I say that younger kids definitely shouldn't really have access to these types of videos, but if you give them some sort of tablet or an iPhone phone, especially for Christmas, and they start using that as the single form of entertainment, especially under like 10 years old when they have zero concept of money and what things cost, they will start expecting you to be like the parents of lifestyle influencers or wildly wealthy parents or just completely fake lifestyles for the clicks and views. And I could only really see this getting worse, unfortunately, because it clearly works with the millions of views that I showed just from a few stocking haul videos. It's not even just the crazy Christmas stuff. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That's all I got for you guys today, but YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.